But mind you, like while this is happening, I don't know about the things that are happening to me. I don't even know these things are possible. Like I didn't know about hepatic encephalopathy, and I didn't know that. I thought you just like went to cirrhosis and all of these things. Like I didn't know that you could slowly fucking shut your liver down in just such a painful, fucking torturous process. The way I was doing,
Yeah,
it was fucked up.
Well, yes, it was fucked up, Mike. There's no other way to put it. And so this is when you got to a point where the next thing you know, like you said, 2019, you're waking up from a coma.
They woke up from a coma, and that was, when you asked my changing point, which I've had a lot of struggles since that changing point, but my life altering mode was like that coma, that sleep I had waking up, man, just it gave me new eyes, towards life. It gave me a new appreciation. I felt like I had died, man. Like, I felt like while I was in my coma going through all of these different experiences, I felt like I was trapped in a place that I wasn't coming out of,
Mm-hmm.
And when I came out of it, the feeling, I say this all the time, it was like being reborn. It was like I was conscious of having been in this other place while asleep, and then being given another chance to come back into this place. And when I woke up and I put everything together, it was just like the most magical rebirth, man. It was such a gift. It was fucking, everything. It's like a moment that I hold on to today. That's like a pusher for me,
This is the Knockin' Doorz Down podcast, featuring celebrities, experts, and everyday people who have overcome adversities, including addiction, mental health, and trauma, to live purposeful lives. And that's what Knockin' Doorz Down is all about.
This podcast contains the views and opinions of the Knockin' Doorz Down hosts and their guests to the show. The content here should not be taken as medical advice. The content here is for informational purposes only. And because each person is sharing their unique perspective, please consult your healthcare professional for any medical questions. Views and opinions expressed in the podcast and website are our own and do not represent that of our places of work. While we make every effort to ensure that the information we are sharing is accurate, we welcome any comments, suggestions, or correction of errors. Privacy is of the utmost importance to us. For those wishing anonymity, people, places, and scenarios mentioned in the podcast have been changed to protect confidentiality at the request of certain guests. This website or podcast should not be used in any legal capacity whatsoever, including but not limited to establishing standard of care in a legal sense or as a basis for expert witness testimony. No guarantee is given regarding the accuracy of any statements or opinions made on the podcast or website. In no way does listening, reading, emailing, or interacting on social media with our content establish a doctor-patient relationship. If you find any errors in any of the content of this podcast or blogs, please send a message through the contact page. This podcast is owned by KDD Media Company.